Hi, it's Ron back here with another video on Ron Brown's YouTube channel. We cover drones, drone gear, drone accessories, and even drone propellers. And today is a drone propeller video day here. I have in front of me the DJI Avata FPV style drone, Cinewoop type drone. And they came with these original 5-bladed props, installed from the factory. And there have been a lot of issues, and I guess the drone's been out like almost 11 months now, but a lot of people having issues with their drones. I shouldn't say a lot, some, scratch out a lot of people, slug people, some people, have an issue with the drone falling out of the sky, and it's because these propellers explode. When they recover the drone, the base of the propeller is still like on, but everything else is missing. And it looks like the prop explodes at some point for some reason. So, and I'm not going to get into, all that discussion and whatever. I just want to say a lot of people recommend getting rid of these blades and replacing them with a third-party blade, such as the Master Airscrew series, which is the point of the video today. On the drone right now, I have the 3-bladed props from Master Airscrew. Forgot the headline here. And these blades are, of course, are much thicker, wider, stronger in every way than the thin blades that DJI sent. And again, I'm not any type of a prop expert. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are. So I have installed these. I have another video on how to install these, but I've test flown it now with these new Master Airscrew props, and we're gonna roll that video right now. All right, I hope you enjoyed that bit of video, that I took with flying the Avata with the new 3-bladed Master Airscrews from Master Airscrew props, and these do come in different colors. I think they come in red, maybe a couple other colors, but you do have color choices. So with that, with that flight, I've flown a couple other flights or whatever too. It's had video from that one that I threw up. I've been really impressed with them. I can't say that I had any problems myself flying with these the props from DJI, but I thought these did very well. The drone performed well. It flew fast, strong. Would I say it flew better than with these? I would say so. I wouldn't say remarkably better. If you're not worried about the prop exploding issue, there's probably no reason to go get these and use these. I think there is a slight performance increase, but not dramatic. I did not notice any really difference in flight time. If it was any difference, it was so small I couldn't notice. And as far as noise, creating any noise, maybe they were a bit quieter, but again, not significantly quieter to make that the lone decision to change them out from the 5-bladed ones from DJI. So yeah, all good. It flew perfect. I like the way it handled. Like I said, my summary is I think I preferred them better than the DJI 5-bladed, but they weren't dramatically better in any way. So the next thing here is I also got the 4-bladed props from Master Airscrew, so I'm going to try them out next to see if I like those. I mean, they're closer, like in size to the original DJI stock props, except for the fact that they feel plastic feels much harder. The plastic in here is very thin, bendable, where this is hard. Of course, not as hard as these 3-blades. This thing is these things are really solid. But there's a downside to that. Maybe my friend Philly Drone, that's Mikey, who loves this drone, the Avata. I mean, he's really getting FPV. He really knows the stuff on these drones. He said that he's used these type of props here, these really firm ones, and he's crashed, and the props have gone right through this, whatever we call this guard. This has a technical name, I do not know it, but they destroyed the guard by the props going right through it, destroying it. So there is a downside. I mean, I haven't crashed it with these props. I haven't crashed it at all. So if that would occur, I didn't crash it, bump into anything. I did nothing but have just a normal flight. Normal flight for me means no crashing, no bumping into anything. So I wouldn't have had a chance to test Mikey's theory on that. But if Mikey says it, I believe it. So these props here, again, maybe they could do less damage to the shell because and they're much smaller. Again, they're much more firm than these, but not anything on the level of the 3-bladed ones. So yeah. So that's what I got so far. I'll be back with another video where I'm testing these, see how I like these. And luckily I haven't, I haven't seen any problems at all myself with the 5-bladed props from DJI. I've removed these. I examined them under bright lights. Even got like a little a magnifying glass out. I could not see any hairline cracks or anything whatsoever. In fact, I compared them to the 2 backup props that comes with the Avata, and I could not see any difference from the props I flew with to the props that never flew. They looked exactly the same. Now, I mean, I realize that a lot of people have had a lot more flights on this than me. A lot of people fly this like every day. Multiple flights where I fly kind of like all my other drones. It maybe flies every once in a while. So I mean, I certainly haven't put my 5-bladed props through any kind of what would I say, torture test like maybe other people have. No crashing, no flying, you know, constantly every day, 3 batteries every day or more. That's not me. I just fly it once on a blue moon, so that's probably why maybe I didn't see any stress cracks or anything in my props or any reason to be alarmed. So I know this is a touchy issue with a lot of people in the community, the Avata props. And again, not a lot of people, some people. So I haven't seen any problems at all with my Avata, at all. Props, flipping over, falling out of the sky. I haven't seen one problem whatsoever with my Avata. It's flown perfectly from the day I got it to now. You see I have the Start RC bumper guard installed on here now. Again, I've never bumped into anything, but you know, it's there just for protection, kind of like insurance just there just in case. So yeah, the customization I've done so far is that bumper guard, which is simple to install, and the props. So again, so far so good. I like the drone a lot. I'd recommend it to anybody looking to get into you know, FPV, especially Cinemoop FPV, that doesn't want to build or tune or beta flight or anything like that. They just want to turn the drone on and go. You know, it's got GPS in, so camera drone guy, you know, when he's not, if you're not flying an acro, which you cannot do with the motion controller, I mean, it's, you know, kind of just like flying a regular drone, except you got the goggles on. So yeah. Yeah, nothing bad to say about this drone whatsoever. Would I recommend it? Yes. And another friend of mine, John Carroll, reached out to me, and he did have, I think he's already had at least one, he's had to get one replacement for this, to get the carrier fresh. He told me that the motor, the top of the motors here, that on his, these little screws were loose. You know, he said one was real loose, he saw it wobbling, and he tightened it, and then he checked the other ones, and they needed tightening too. So I took his advice, and I, you know, checked mine. Mine did not seem loose whatsoever. You know, I didn't, you know, I checked it. I didn't even stuck them down because I didn't want to over tighten. I mean, they didn't seem loose whatsoever. But again, you know, I'm sure John's got a lot more flights on his Avata than I do. So, you know, so, and I think somebody said this, maybe it was Lon said this, it's an FPV drone. It does need maintenance. It needs more maintenance than your typical camera drone. So check things, you know, check the, you know, the screws in your motors. Check your props or whatever. Make sure, you know, that they're tightened down and whatever. Check your props occasionally to see if there's any stress cracks or any chips in them whatsoever. If they are, get them off there, replace them. Props are cheap. I mean, I think the Master Airscrews, a set is like $15, and you could even get them large if you catch a sale. So that's about it for today. Hope you liked this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already a member, and ring that bell notification so you'll get more videos on the Avata and other DJI drones and other drones in general when I put them up. And you know, I'll put links down below for the props, you know, for the drone. If you want to help the channel out, please use these links to make you know, purchase any of this stuff. Or you know, click the links and purchase anything through those links, and I get a small Amazon affiliate you know, seller fee, or seller payout, I'll say, not fee, seller payout. And I also have a, you know, if all that fails, I also have a, you know, buy me a cup of coffee link down below where you can get me a nice iced coffee here in the summertime. So, okay, that's it. See you in the next one, folks.